Hello, I'm back again, and it's Friday. It's 2:30, and it's time for all things wood turning. Although, with the caveat that I said last week that this week would kind of get a little bit preempted with what I'm doing here today and what I'm doing tomorrow. So, if you join, great, perfect. If you don't, I understand. It's really not a lot about wood turning, although it's wood turning related. I am sitting at my lathe and just wanted to make sure I came on at least and talk a little bit. I didn't promote this week very much on Facebook or anywhere, so if nobody shows up, that's fine. I'll shut this down early. So hopefully you can hear me okay. If you're on and you've got comments, please send me a comment. Let me know that you hear me fine. So typically we'd be here. I started this face grain series in mid-January, and then I had the bright idea to have create an IRD on easy video productions or easy live video productions for using the ATEM. So it takes a lot of work to kind of get that going. So I am preempting the show a little bit because I'm planning for tomorrow. So we've got a few people here. Michael McEwen, good day. Thanks for joining. Yeah, excellent. Thank you for saying the sound is fine. I appreciate that. So they're on YouTube. Steve Thomason's here as well. Thank you, Steve, for joining again. And Larry Abrams. Good to have you folks here. Thank you for joining, and thank you for putting up with a sort of a non-program program, if you will. And we'll just talk a little bit about what I'm meant to be doing, and then talk about what I am doing. So I am meant, as I said, to do a sort of a face grain series of live streams. It was going to be 8 weeks, starting mid-January. I got one done and then preempted this one and last week's, and so I've extended it. I think it's going to end March 26th, and it's all about face grain turning. We did a lot of spindle turning in the fall, and so I wanted to come back and do some face grain stuff. So I think the next episode, next Friday, is going to be looking at the bowl gouges and different kind of bowl gouges and how we use them. So and so that was going to be supposed to be happening today, but I'm talking about ATEM Mini stuff today and my PRD tomorrow. So hi, I'm good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And Facebook user, good evening. So evening, I'm assuming maybe that's Chris Parker or Steve Millett or one of the other, maybe Eddie from over across the pond. So good to have you here. It's George Kabinski. Okay, George, good to have you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And so yeah, what I'm not doing is this stuff that says on the banner: tools, equipment, process, techniques, and wooden materials. Although we are talking a bit about tools and equipment a little bit today, although different kind of tools. Let me show you what I mean here. So this is my lathe right now. Let me go wider. You can see I've got the Powermatic set up here. I got this little board clamped. There's a clamp block that clamps onto the. Makes a great little desk if you ever want to do pyrography here, or burning, same thing, or carving, that kind of stuff. So the twinkling lights up here is the ATEM Mini. It's actually the bigger one. I got the other one, little one here. So I've set this up to kind of get ready. I've been rehearsing the last couple of weeks, writing scripts and all that kind of stuff. And watching myself back and stuff like that. So it's been a bit of a trip to kind of go through and learn how to kind of do this stuff. I'm gonna tighten that up so you get rid of my belly shot there. Don't need to see that down here, do you? There we go. Oh my gosh. Too silly, Todd. Anyway, so getting this stuff set up. I got a little monitor here. I got this one. I got all kinds of connectors for HDMI inputs. We've got different views. We got this overhead. We got this sort of side shot that'll kind of get a shot of everything. I've got a little, sports camera we'll set up over here and stuff like that for starting with, and then I got this wide shot kind of behind me that kind of shows a little bit overview, and you can kind of see a little bit of the desktop. You see the monitor I'm looking at. Right above it is my camera. If I look up there, so look at the monitor, look at the camera. So that's kind of the angle I'm looking at. And I got this other little monitor and this ATEM and my computer up top there. So it's a bit of a setup to try and give a good demonstration on how to set one of these guys up. This ATEM Mini product. And I'm not doing a product placement. I'm not getting any affiliation. I just think this is the greatest thing for club setups, and even all of my IRDs over the last 10 months, 11 months have all been with the ATEM Mini. So, Cindy, good to have you here. Thanks for dropping in. So I hope you're excited for tomorrow. Just kind of showing where I'm set up. I've actually reconfigured the desk. I put the monitor down lower, got the camera just over top of it, and moved this box with the PC from up there to down here. Got my controls for my slider up here now instead of way up there. I don't know if you can see that on the wide shot. No, it doesn't quite show it. Overhead will show it though. If I slide over to it. There's a few cables hanging in the way. Put this little control, little joystick for the slider up above, and then wide and tight. So that's a fantastic option to add to your wood turning production. Just controls that camera so I can go down the spindle length at any point and do it there. So, Chris, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm doing today. So I'm running through a little bit of the setup to try and make sure I'm okay for tomorrow. So it'll be fun. I got probably close to 50, I think, people joining tomorrow. So it should be good. It should be from people all over the place. So I'm excited. So that's exciting. So Glenn, hey, thanks for joining. Appreciate you joining in. So if you guys have got any questions about what I'm doing here and why, let me know. I was just, I didn't really have anything planned today because I'd actually rescheduled or preempted the. Let me see if I can show that. Oh, there's a new feature on. If anybody uses StreamYard, when I logged in today, there's a new feature that will show videos. So I can share a video now. I think, although I don't have any show on this machine. So, but interesting, kind of like the Zoom update we just saw last yesterday. I think Alan Zenreich called me and showed me that one. So let me see live streams. I'm going to show my screen. Oh yeah, so share video or share screen. So there's the website, and let me just go that full screen. You can see, and let me actually blow that up a little bit. I don't know if that helps or not. There we go. Yeah, so I ended up preempting these two dates. I don't know if I can show that. Can I draw that? Why can't I highlight? Oh, there we go. Oh, wrong wrong button, Todd. You silly tool. So anyway, that's we'll start back up February 12th and the 19th, and move on through to 26th. You'll find all the old ones here. That one from January 22nd, and then all the past series, the small project series are there as well. Anyway, so that's enough of that. How do I get out of this? Oh, well, wrong window, Todd. This is the thing about showing different things. You just can't keep track of them sometimes. Well, that's a lot of equipment. Yes, it is. Doing this, IRDs and stuff like that, or demonstrations, does take. I've gone a little overboard here. Well, I don't know about overboard. I've gone overboard trying to show how to use this. But the other ATEM Mini I got there is going to help me in other things, and probably eventually this might get sold. The original one. So we'll see. We'll get some money out of it. But I had this above camera from 12 years ago. This tailstock camera is an old iPhone 6. It's been sitting in the closet for 7 years. And this shot is the Sony RX100. I just got that one. That's a new camera. Oops, let me zoom in a little bit. So this is a great little camera. So it's a little pocket camera, one of those ones you kind of take with you. You're going on a hike or something like that, or Disney World or something like that, or even vlogging if you're a vlogger and stuff like that. So it works. And then this headshot camera here is turn that off. Is my Panasonic G85. So it's a mirrorless Micro Four Thirds sort of interchangeable lens camera. So a lot of this camera I had that one a couple of years now for doing product photography. iPhone was my daughter's, when she was in school. The overhead one was kicking around in the house for years when the kid was young. And that's the only new one is the RX100. So, and actually I bought it used. So you can get some good deals on used equipment. So, but then all the other equipment with it, the laptop I had, this little guy up here. Let's see. Can't see it on that one. This little guy up here is a little monitor, but it's also a recorder, so you can record to it. And so it's a little piece of equipment. It's actually more expensive than this thing. So, yeah, these two things and then the cables and all that stuff really just kind of add to it. But everything else, the slider, I guess, I bought that actually for camera work too, for YouTube videos. So it's not a huge investment all at once, but it is an investment over time. So Facebook user, will your demo tomorrow be recorded for those who may not be able to make the time slot you set? Yes, it will be. Absolutely. So, look at that. I'm right over top of the comment there. There we go. Yes, I am recording the demo tomorrow. It will be available to all ticket holders. And then here's, so let me do that while I'm here. And let me go, let me turn that off and just go here. That way I don't get, so here's the thing. It's tomorrow, February 6th, noon Central, which is 11 Mountain, 10 Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern, and 6 in the UK, I believe. So yeah, that's tomorrow. And then, so see my website for tickets. What's going to happen is everybody that gets a ticket there will get a ticket to this one. So this is a follow-up on the 21st. So for the $10, you're getting sort of 2 sessions. Instead of doing a super long, 3 to 4 hour demo, I broke it up. So yes, everybody is getting a ticket to both if they buy a ticket. And they'll get replay access to both. The replay access will be 30 days from the 6th, or when I get it uploaded, probably the 8th. And same thing with the Q&A. So you'll have a month to view the original and a couple of weeks to view the Q&A session on the 21st. So I think that's fair. I think it's definitely reasonable in terms of expense to kind of see a little bit of how this thing is set up and used. And so yeah, $10, 2 hours on the 6th, and a couple hours of Q&A on the 21st. I set it up that way so that if you did have an ATEM Mini or we're going to get one, it would give you a week or two to get it all set up and kind of go, oh, I have these questions. And so that's why the follow-up 2 weeks later. The follow-up is on a Sunday, late afternoon, 2 to 4 Central Time, so whatever that works out to your time zone. I think if you do have questions, we'll talk about that tomorrow, but it'll be, send questions to me with a subject line ATEM questions or something like that. And I'll try and get some sort of pre-lined out questions and stuff ready for the 21st. So, but tomorrow is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, there it is. Oh, I didn't change the date on this. Look at that. Oh, I did. Yeah, February 21st. Yeah, free to those that join the Feb 6th event. That's what I read. So yeah, excellent question. Whoever that was. So I guess maybe I'm gonna kind of start a little bit of where I would begin, although I don't have, really not at the beginning of the demo, but at the beginning of the unboxing. So this will be a little practice for the next maybe 20, 30 minutes. And then, if you've got questions or care to drop off, that's fine. I'm just, like I said, trying to go through this stuff and get better at it. So this is how we would start. We would take a look at the ATEM Mini. We would get a nice close view as to what it looks like. And I don't have all my slides set up to show in the ATEM yet. I've actually got the live stream program loaded up, but there's the box, so you can see what it looks like. And we'll open it up here in a second. Let me show you the back panel here. You'll kind of get a view of what this thing really is. So we've got a bunch of buttons, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's a 4-input HDMI. So HDMI being, let's see if I'll cover I won't put myself on the screen. I think I'll end up covering things up here. So, we'll start there because we'll work from this side over. And so we got the 4 inputs. Those are down here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got 2 mic inputs that are controlled by these buttons up here. And that's 1 and 2 right there. Then the output comes out here in HDMI out and the USB out, which is called webcam out. So that's mainly what we're worried with is those ones there. If I move to the other side, we've got a network port for the Ethernet connection and a power port. That's really all the connections on the back. It's fairly straightforward from that point of view. And then operating this straight out of the box, we'll see here in a second if you want to stick around. Boom, 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 and you're switching. So let's open this baby up and we widen out. And obviously I've had this out before. This is my old one, so this is really just superfluous, or what's the other word? Not really necessary. I don't know. There's a big word for that. So you get a universal adapter with universal plugs for all different countries. Take the USA plug because that's where we live. Snap that in. Put that aside. And boom, there's the little sweet thing in there. Pull that out. We'll put this back. These little pamphlets just give you a little welcome. There's really not much in there. There's a little software installer card, and there's a thing about DaVinci Resolve, which is their software editor, their video editor software. That goes away. Back behind me. If it stays there, it's not going to stay there. I got too much stuff. Drop it on the floor. Okay, now I have to get up and reach, so I'll turn that off for a second. Let me go. Let me do that for a second so you don't see this reach. Of course, you're hearing me. It's not very good. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh. losing my seat. So let's see. Steve says, can you use both outputs at the same time? Absolutely. That's what I'm doing right now, actually. To produce this stream, I am basically, essentially for the most part, I won't get into details. I'm using this USB output, the webcam output. That's going into my computer, and that's the webcam that this program, StreamYard, is seeing. I've also got the HDMI out coming out, and that's what you're seeing on this little monitor up here, which here. So I can see what's going out on the program here, on here, and I can also, this little device will record it for me as well. StreamYard is a service that records live stream to Facebook, YouTube, and all that stuff. So I don't need to record this, essentially. It's going to record it for me. Live streaming is different than IRDs or zooming in a way, because we're well, we had this discussion with Cindy the other night, and so live streaming is kind of a service where you present a video to platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and all those kind of things. And IRDs are really conference meetings through Zoom or Google Meets or Google, yeah, I forget what it's called. Microsoft Teams, Google Meet. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so enough of that. But yes, you can use both at the same time. Hey, Tony, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And do the videos download on the computer from each camera while running? Not on this device. So there's 3 versions of this guy. There's the ATEM Mini, which is this one. The ATEM Mini Pro, which will record the output, the HDMI output. And then there's the third one, the ATEM Mini Pro ISO. And the ISO stands for isolated. So what that will do, it will record all the inputs and the output at the same time. I did that yesterday, actually Tuesday night, for the Front Range Woodturners Club meeting. And in a 2-hour and 10-minute demo, I recorded 500 gigabytes of video. So for the 2 hours, I was getting video feed 1, video feed 2, video feed 3, video feed 4, and the output. So five video files being recorded simultaneously in the ATEM Mini Pro ISO. It's a lot of video files to deal with. I'm not, I'm not joking there. It's a lot. But why I bought the ISO for kind of doing this, not just another one of these, is because I do intend to use the ISO record feature for doing post-production YouTube videos. So that's why I bought it. So anyway, that's a good question. This thing's not capable of recording with it in itself. You need a separate recorder, and that's why I had this little monitor here. It's got an SD slot in it, and I've got HDMI coming out here, can record here. I've got HDMI coming back out of here, and that's going into the computer. So, but let's plug this guy in. Let's plug this guy in and see it light up. So as soon as you plug it in, it powers on. There is no power switch on this thing, so that's something to be aware of. This is made by a company called Blackmagic Designs, and they are known for making video production gear, live video production gear, huge panels for all the studios and movie production companies and all that kind of stuff. So, that stuff just doesn't power down in their studios and stuff. So they just master power on the whatever panel, electrical panel. Anyway, I think that's why they didn't put a switch on it. It's kind of their world. They power from somewhere else. All that aside, let's not get bogged down in details. So what we need to do first is plug in an output. So I've got this little monitor here. So I'm going to turn it on. And let me go to this shot here. So that guy will turn on. And then we'll plug this guy into the output. So this is going into the output port. If I look there, so that's our output. So I want to be able to see what we plug in here. I'll switch that to 1 because we're going to plug in input 1 first. And what we're going to plug in is a replica of my front-facing camera. Boom. Oh, you didn't see that. This is the tricky thing about showing how to do this, right? So if I unplug that and I show you this, oops, not that. Turn that off. This shot, and then I show this shot in, not that one, this one. So this picture you're looking at me here, right? This one, this front camera. You watch this monitor. I'm going to plug a replica, or basically splitted the signal out of the camera to my ATEM up there that you're seeing on the screen, and I've replicated here through a splitter, and it's going to show up there. So we've got camera 1. Let's put in another camera. We've got, I've got them all kind of labeled here. Camera 2, my PC, so we'll put that in. And that just made a third monitor on my PC. So if I switch to that one, you'll see on the desktop, I've got my Windows machine here. So I can take, let's just take this tab, and we'll drag it across monitors, and we'll bring it into here. So you can see I've got in the corner here, I've got my PC now on number 2. So if I switch number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2, easy as that. I have no software on this thing. I haven't plugged any software into it. It's just showing another input from the PC. So let's put in number 3, which is the iPhone. Okay, so now we've got 2. We should have this view. It's going to replicate here. We're going to get a little bit of inception. We're going to see a picture within a picture within a picture. Boom, 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 boom. You see it? See my hand go in that monitor? We can get really funky with it. Let me do this. And there you go. That's a little weird, isn't it? So there's camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and boom, 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 boom. Just goes to infinity. That's a little weird, so we'll back that off. Let me see if I can get that little slider. There we go. So let me put myself back up, or here, not there, here. That's what I wanted to do. Gets a little heady, I tell you. But yeah, you can see, so without even connecting a computer to control this thing, you would, the same USB port that gives you a webcam out is also able to do connect to the ATEM and operate software. So I can show you the software here. We go to camera 2, which is our PC. And if I show that, let me show that. I think I can do it here. So I've got, yeah, so let me do this. Do this. Boom. Now I've got a big screen of what I'm seeing here in front of you. So we can drop in or bring over. Let me get oriented here. I'm going to minimize this window, and then we'll go back over here, and we'll drag in the ATEM software. So this is the ATEM software control, and this is exactly how I control my ATEM that's operating the program. So what we've got here is the camera 4 on the ATEM up here is also replicating the desktop. So it's a little weird, but we'll go back to camera 4, show what I mean. So, so camera 4, tailstock camera, overhead, and me. So that's all operated. This Stream Deck operates my ATEM up there. This ATEM is just operating this monitor. So that makes sense. Yeah. So this is why rehearsals are needed, because this is it gets a little trippy when you're doing a program about with an ATEM about an ATEM and showing both at the same time. So yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too trippy. Let's just plug in the number 4 camera into here. And what was this one? This was oh, that's the sports camera. So we could do that. I thought this was okay. That was I got it. I got an extra cable down there for doing another camera, just to swap out ports and stuff. But we'll just leave it there. So now I've got this shot replicated as well. So if we take a look at up in the corner picture that you see, just I can never do this right. This corner, this picture in picture, is replicating this shot here, right? So I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, you can see me zooming in on this guy. As I zoom in, it zooms in, it zooms in, zooms in. So, strange stuff. Okay, so yeah, so now we've got 4. Oops, not that one. Turn that off. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs and an output to this little monitor here. And all we need to do, as a matter of fact, I could probably bring that in, show you this way too, so it's not quite so confusing. So if I hit 1, we're going to see my face, right? Boom. If we hit 2, we're going to see the computer screen with the ATEM software. And maybe what I'll do is I'll maximize that. This one again, so it just has a better, I don't get lost in what software that's for, what control that's for. Number 3 would be this tailstock camera. That's the iPhone 6. So that's the iPhone picture that you're seeing in here. And number 4 is the tailstock camera. So this will switch to the wider view. I call it tailstock or the wide view because it's the Sony RX100 that I can move around. So yeah, that's it. Straight out of the box. No software control. Nothing controlling it. Just switch 1, 2, 3, 4. Just plug your cameras in for your club, and away you go. So anybody, from the 15-year-old in your club that is constantly on his iPhone, can certainly push those buttons and switch cameras. To the 99-year-old, founder of your club, can sit there and just push buttons and switch cameras. That's why I like this thing. It's so easy to use. For $300, it's I think it's a no-brainer. So let's see. Oops, where's my mouse? Lost my mouse. Then there it is. Larry says, I like it. Okay, good, Larry. I'm glad. Okay, wife's calling. Gotta go. Thanks. Okay, see you later, whoever that was. Let me get my face back up there. We'll just go headshot. And iPhone 6 HDMI output. Yes. So good question. Let's bring it into view. So from an overhead view, you can see it's an iPhone 6. I've got a lightning cable to an HDMI adapter. HDMI comes out of here. This USB is for power. So this will power the iPhone, and the HDMI takes the signal off the app and sends it to the ATEM. Let me straighten this out a bit more. We'll get a better view. And take a look at this app a little bit. So this app is called AirMix Solo. And if you'll see this. I wonder if I can do, let me do this one. It's going to show a picture of yeah, it doesn't do you any good. I need to show this one. So this is showing a picture of what's there. Actually, we'll do the overhead and we'll do that in inset. So this is underneath the picture. The picture up in the corner is what you're seeing from the iPhone. And then this picture up here is the overhead camera. So what I want to show is if I quit this app, the picture-in-picture is now showing my Apple screen. So you can scroll through and you can actually show a computer or project your Apple screen on there. And so it's this one down here. It's called AirMix. I gotta stick my head over there. AirMix Solo by Teradek. If we let me just double click this. I'm gonna close that app and we'll start it up again so we'll see the splash screen. So there's the splash screen. It'll come up and then it'll start showing its camera. One thing I like about this one is it doesn't have a border. So in the where's my fingers? This picture-in-picture that you're looking at here, it doesn't have a border around it. So there's some apps that will show a border. So let me actually show. Camera Vision is another one that this is $1.99. You see that black border around the inset picture? This one produces a black border. So I'm not I had this one for a while until I found AirMix. So I like AirMix better. So let me just close that one out. We'll go back to this one. If I just tap on it, I get these controls down here. I can zoom. There's a little zoom magnifying button. There's a slider over here. So you can zoom in quite a ways with the app. I can turn the camera around, show you the ceiling. That's maybe a good way to show the slider up there. So that's the ceiling up there. That's the camcorder facing straight down at me on this slider here. I'll slide that camcorder. You see it's sliding on that slider up there. Fun stuff. So you can turn the camera around, and then there's got reticles on here that are for focus and what do you call that? Exposure. So, or white balance. I'm not quite sure. So if I drag this over to the black, it's going to brighten it up. I'm going to put focus on that guy now over in the corner. It's kind of hard with this one. If I show you a sort of a sweeping wider shot, then I can put focus here and balance that out with white. If I put that on white, it's going to brighten the picture. Oops, I just zoomed a little bit. So if I put it on black, it's going to brighten the picture. White's going to darken the picture. So it tries to balance the color out. So it's a good little app. I like it a lot. So it works well, and it's free, I think. So I think it still is. So that's AirMix Solo on an iPhone. Let's see. Even a Woodturner can do it. Yep. Yeah, you bet. They sure can. Can you use the existing iPhone camera? No extra app? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think you'd have the controls with the camera view. So you see the control. You can see the overlay. I don't think there's any way to get rid of that overlay. So you got all these symbols and stuff. That's why the built-in app doesn't work. Use AirMix Solo. Gets rid of all that overlay stuff. Good question. Anyway, I'm answering questions already. You guys are supposed to pay for the PRD before you get answers. Phone doesn't need to be on cell service. No. This has, in fact, if I do this, it's actually quite well today. I don't know. My screen is normally all cracked and fuzzy. There it's going. Yeah, you can see. This is an old iPhone. Its screen is busted, pretty much. Not busted, but fades. So, and yeah, there's no SIM card in here. There's no service on it whatsoever in terms of cell service. Yeah. So you got them kicking around in the closet that you know you haven't used for a long time. Go grab it and see if it's because I make great cameras, especially for close-up stuff. So, absolutely, Cindy. And here I was coveting your black border around your picture-in-picture. Is that done in ATEM when you're not using the iPhone? Yeah, you can actually. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can do that for you. I have to go back to here and let me. Oops, my mouse has to go this way, Todd. So let me put. No, let's put up the that one, and I'm going to go into the control software, the ATEM. You're not going to really see what I'm doing at the moment, but I will put on a border, thicken up my border. I'm going to make it a funny color. I'm going to make it company colors actually. C55A11. Everybody knows hex colors. That's company color. And then we will okay that. Oh, I didn't. Why didn't that take? C55A11. There we go. And then we will. Oops. Let me scroll. This is not. I can't scroll very well with my. We will go. Let's go outer width. I'm gonna make the border wider. So watch. See the border up there. Now it's wider. And now this is the fun part. We're going to flare it out. We're going to make it kind of there, that funky. So yeah, you can put borders around. That's a little bit big in terms of the width of it, but I do like the. Let's just shrink that down a little bit. There, kind of gives it a little highlight. That's a little too gaudy maybe for a demo, but yeah, you can certainly put borders around your picture-in-picture. So fun stuff. Let's see. Hey Todd, are you already talked about this your Stream Deck? No, I haven't. It is the 15-button Stream Deck, and what you can do with it with another piece of software called Companion is amazing things. Takes the software you see in the oops, I hit that button. Reverse the cameras. The software you see here on this little monitor is the control software for the ATEM that's running the show, and it has macros. You can do keystroke, macros or whatever, basically button pushes within this interface. Record those. Companion software will take a look at those macros and present them to the Stream Deck. So it's a bit of magic. It's very powerful. That we will. Let's see. So Larry, we probably won't get into that in tomorrow's demo. I will talk to it near the end, but that's really an advanced class. So tomorrow's the basics, and then follow up a Q&A and basics on the 21st. What I'll ask tomorrow is I'll ask people, would they be interested in an advanced session where we can talk about macros, editing macros, creating macros for green screens, for picture-in-picture, for all that kind of stuff, and then presenting those using Companion software onto the Stream Deck. I've helped a number of users across the country with macros, with the ATEM, with the Stream Deck. So that's something that I would probably look forward to. Thanks. Appreciate it. Michael, does app work with Android? You'd have to try, Michael. I don't know, to be honest. Let me know what you find out. Just go to the Google Play Store and search for AirMix Solo. There's two apps to that AirMix from Teradek, AirMix Solo and AirMix Studio, and they go together. If you really want them to, if you want to do, this is actually another way to do, sort of a video switching. If you got, several iPhones and an iPad, AirMix Studio will connect on a local network to all the iPhones you have running AirMix Studio Solo, and so you can actually switch on your iPad between the iPhones. I haven't done it, but that you read the documentation on AirMix Studio, and that's what it says you can do. So, if you want to run everything on your iPhone or your iPad, you could probably do that. I don't know anybody that does, but there you go. I don't know how easy it is to operate that way, though. Let's see. Michael's hi to Cindy. And are you running vMix as well? No vMix in here whatsoever. Everything you see on the screen, except for these pop-ups. Oops, I'm pointing at the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. This pop-up where I show your comment, and everything else is all out of the ATEM. You can do this all out of this guy. So this box and its control software are super powerful. So this control software, you can control all these things up here. There's, I don't know if I can. Let me show you here. Do that. We'll go here. So, and then we'll do. I've been practicing this too. So here we go, folks. Boom. We've got a little magnifier, so now we can see things. Let me get on to, I'm on the wrong thing here. Okay, there we go. Let me get up to the top. So we've got, on this, we've got 4 basic tabs: switcher, media, audio, and camera. So switcher is what we're on, and it has the same buttons, these 4 buttons, head, overhead, tail, and wide are the 4 cameras I have viewing this program. But we go over here and we got things that can do chroma key, pattern, DVE. DVE is picture in picture. Chroma key is just another way to do this. Normally I have a green screen behind me, and it would green screen. In fact, I could grab that. I was going to do this in the demo too tomorrow, just to kind of show you the power of what this little, super little box has. So much power. It's kind of crazy. Okay, this is the show and tell moment. Hopefully it works. It's not going to work great, but because I don't have it all tuned up. But I pull this green screen in. You see how things are disappearing, and I could pull it in front of me and I would disappear. Bye. So we'll just lean this behind me, and I'll sit back down, and you can see most of it. I normally have this set up in a different way for my IRDs, but you can see, let's see this side. There's my toolbox. I want to open a drawer. It's right there, but bye toolbox. Now it's gone. So that's what this chroma keyer does. It keys out this color, which is the color of the green screen behind me, right? So that's how that works. It's got pattern, so I can put myself in a little circle or this funky diamond shape. Here, let me get a circle, and let me get softness turned down quite a bit. So it's more of a harsh circle. So look at that. We can have a nice circle instead of a square. Yeah, or just go back to picture-in-picture, which is the other inputs, right? So, yeah, all kinds of things. And then Luma key, that blacks out everything that's black, or makes everything black in your media pool. It depends what you got here. Media pool, media player, one key. So I don't have that set up, so it's not doing much of anything. Let's see, and then you've got that's the upstream key here. You've got transitions and a downstream key. So key is where you take a color out. This one's all based on Luma. So this will, I haven't set this up, but if you want to do like a lower third, like these little things, I show, show that tab. That's a lower third, and that's done through a downstream keyer that's built into the StreamYard software. So that's kind of how that works. Am I going the right way? I'm going the wrong way. So yeah, so that's a sort of an overview of the software. We're going to go back to overhead there, turn that off, and I'm going to, I'll just leave it there. It's kind of a funky view because I got the green screen behind me. So it is what it is. But I'm going to probably end it there. I don't see any more questions coming in. That's a bit of a preview of tomorrow. You'll learn all kinds of things. We're going to talk about cameras and microphones and setting this thing up. Then we'll go through all the software and some of the other features you can do with it. But as you can see, and in here, it is simple to switch. And let me pull this back a little bit. You can see the switcher at the same time. Input 3, 4. So if you got somebody sitting in your club and wanting to switch camera views, all I have to do is push the button as to what camera they want to see. Simple, easy peasy. Okay. Well, that's we've got I gotta get my mouse back again. I keep losing my mouse. Larry says StreamYard is for broadcasting on YouTube and other platforms. Correct. Yeah, that's a question. Yeah. So StreamYard is a service that will stream to multiple platforms at the same time. That's what I'm doing here. That didn't click. There we go. I'm streaming to YouTube and then to my Facebook page, Woodturning Tool Store. And I'm also simulcasting to Woodturner's Retreat Facebook page. So 3 destinations on this stream. You can add, I think, up to, unless I got the, I don't know, pro license or whatever it is, $25 a month or whatever. And you can stream to, I think, up to 8 places, and you can have like 8 or 10 guests, so I can bring guests in and stuff. So it's a really easy to use software. I like easy. So it's cool stuff. It is kind of cool stuff. I'm just going to get my head on straight to remember it all. Let's see. Not needed for Zoom. No. This is a different thing than Zoom. Like I said, streaming is different than conference meetings. So even though I'm feeding a webcam input to this StreamYard, you can stream. It's basically over the network. So my camera's going on my computer. My computer is connected to the internet. The internet I'm pushing out to StreamYard, and StreamYard distributes it to Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, and if I'm just doing a conference like a Zoom, then that's pushing sort of just a webcam video into an other. So streaming is kind of one-way video in a way, one-way video out to a platform, and that platform people look at, right? Facebook, YouTube, those kind of things. Where Zooming is kind of peer-to-peer, like person-to-person sort of thing. So Michael says, what time tomorrow? It's a noon Central. So I'm trying to remember, Michael, I think you're up in the Midwest. Am I right there? You might be Eastern. I'm not quite sure. So it'd be noon Central, 1 Eastern, if I got that right. Michael, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate it. Tailbone. Not sure what that means. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's it, folks. I appreciate it. It is not really all things wood turning today, although I am targeting this thing to wood turners and wood turning clubs and stuff. So I'm hoping that they get some use and help out of this. Like I said, I think this is a good solution. There's many ways to do this for clubs. The whole webcam and vMix, or cameras and vMix, or an ATEM Mini, or you can just actually change your inputs in Zoom, and it can work it that way. But I find this very slick, very easy to use. So that's it for me. 2:30. Todd again is done. We'll see you tomorrow. Join me if you will. Tickets on sale up until I think the event time, or 11 o'clock, just before the event. So check out my website, woodturningtoolstore.com. You'll see the ticket right in the front page, or access to the ticket. And I hope you all have a good day. So, Cindy, looking forward to it. I am too. So we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you. We'll see you all tomorrow. That's it for me, folks. I am signing out. We'll be back with all things wood turning next Friday. And but we'll see you tomorrow for this ATEM event. So bye for now.